Today's challenge is to paint this without any paintbrushes, just using household resources. Coming up. Hi again there guys, Emma here from Paint and Pinot, giving you some top tips for all things art and design. And today we're going to set ourselves a challenge of actually producing a painting without using any paintbrushes whatsoever. There are so many paintbrushes out there that it can actually get really overwhelming. So I've actually left a video which I'll link below where I talk about my 5 favourite paintbrushes that I use so that you don't have to spend lots of money. Well, we're going to take that one step further today and we're going to produce this entire painting using just simple household resources. So the tools we're going with today, they're all things that you can find around the household. So we've just simply got a shower cleaner, we've got a dish sponge, and then these are 2 separate, like an old piece of sponge that I've used to cut off into a triangle, just so we can get that element of detail, and then a basic tissue. So the first job we're going to do is simply put the paint directly onto the canvas itself. So I'm just going to pour this straight on. You want to be careful that you don't get too ambitious, because obviously this has got to be controlled to a certain point. So just putting a nice streak all the way down. Then you're simply going to take your shower cleaner and we're just going to drag this straight across. Just going to drag this up to the top here. It's almost like a print. I'm just going to distribute it evenly across and then just simply drag it across. It's going to take a few goes obviously to get those corners, but you can see how quick the whole thing just gets distributed. You will find if you've got too much paint, it's just going to go over the excess here, which is why I've put a bin bag just underneath, just so I don't get too messy. Just neaten up those corners. And then just go the opposite way just to finish it off. It is as simple as that. So now all we're going to do is simply take the tissue. I'm just going to put it into my hand, make a little scrunched up piece at the bottom. And then we're just going to load it up with, we're going to start with just the white. So just get rid of some of that excess. Now the idea here is that you want to find your focal point. So we want to imagine that the sun has just set, so it's leaving that light glow. So I'm just going to base it about 2/3 of the way down of the painting. So that's going to be the brightest point, and then I'm just going to work it around. The trick is to keep twisting the wrist so that you don't get the same repetitive marks. And the trick here is that you really want to be working out from that lightest point, so you're always working away, so that stays the lightest area. So I want to show you how I've mixed up the colour purple. There is actually a video that I've made that goes into a great detail in terms of how to mix the perfect purple. But the very basics are that you need to choose the 2 primary colours, obviously the red and the blue, that don't have any hint of yellow. So in this occasion, we're actually going with the warm blue and we've gone with the cool red. Those you're actually going to get a beautiful purple out of. So it looks quite dark. I've pre-mixed it here. But once you add it with the white, you're going to see that colour coming through. Okay, for the next part you can see that I've just taken this basic sponge. I've already loaded this up with the paint. So I've just got a hint of that cool red, obviously a hint of the white and a hint of the warm blue. All we're going to do now is simply drag this across at the bottom to create that lovely ocean effect. And then just to finish off, we're just going to add a hint of our land just down at the bottom. So this is going to just go solid with the black. So I've just got the edge with black. You can actually afford to go quite thick with this paint at the bottom, just because it is the strong silhouette. So you don't want it to be grey, you want it to be a nice solid black. So now for the tree detail, we're going to use the two sponges for this. So the first one we're going to do is we're just simply going to touch a little bit of black paint on the edge, and then we're just going to drag it very gently down. The more pressure you put on the sponge, the larger your chunk's going to get. So you want to be very subtle with this, because we're doing some Norfolk pines, so they only change very subtly in terms of thickness. So we're just going to start this at the top. Take it all the way down to that bottom. Do the same on the other side. And it doesn't matter if you're not exactly straight. At the end of the day, trees are natural. They're not meant to be perfectly straight. Just wind that in. All right, so now we're going to go to the fine detail branches. So we're going to go with the smaller sponge. Again, we're just going to load it up with our paint. And we're just going to start at the very top, just with some little triangles. You want to try and make sure that you're not too repetitive. Obviously nature is not identical, so you want to sort of mix up the marks you make with your wrist to make it look a little bit more realistic. Same on the other side. And just to finish off, I'm just going to do a little bit more detail just to break up those lines. I don't want it to be too linear. And you're trying to break up that sort of nature feel. Just the more irregular an effect you can get with the marks, the more realistic it's going to look. Just to finish off, just going to add a little hint of white, just where you get that last bit of sunlight coming through. Really want to break it up, you don't want it to be too linear, so again you'll make it look too realistic. And there you have it, painting without any paintbrushes. Question of the day, what do you use at home that substitutes a paintbrush? I'd love to hear from you guys, please leave a comment below. If you have enjoyed today's video, then please hit that like button as it really does help our channel. And if you'd like to see some more weekly top tips or more challenges like this, then please hit that subscription button where we do upload videos every week. Alrighty guys, we'll see you next time. Happy painting.